Welcome to the Solemn Vanguard channel. Today we have another deck skeleton, this time for the Pale Moon loop. Now some people love this deck, some people hate this deck. It's quite a controversial one. However, it is a meta relevant deck and so I wanted to cover it on the channel. Now once again, this is a deck skeleton, so if there's anything you want to improve, go right ahead. This is just a guideline to get you started with the clan in the format and then you go wild from there. Now special thanks to Derek Dow from WCC for this list because he provided this deck skeleton to us today. So getting into the list, first of all, we have just our allocation of G-Guardians as well as Seabreeze, and usually I shit on Noman for including Seabreeze, but this deck actually does want a Seabreeze. You want to be able to flip the Cray Elementals as soon as possible so you can loop your tier once Cray Elementals phase up. We'll get to that, but so yeah. Seabreeze is pretty important in here. We have a variety of G-Guards. Notice we have quite some Cray Elementals. Again, we want to flip those up as soon as possible. We also have Merindol, again, the Cray Elemental that can flip another one. We have our Harry, which is just a good Pale Moon Stride. We also have the Premium Collection 2019 Stride in here. Again, it's just a good Pale Moon Stride. Then for Cyclone, Cyclone is going to be important. We do run a few Vanillas in this deck as well as Cezanne. And then we have one Yvette, which is the Premium Collection 2020 Stride. Now, for the main deck, we have Artilleryman. Artilleryman is our big beefy beat stick. This is the card that you will often call to an Excel circle so that even if your opponent hits defensive triggers to shut off your tinier attacks, again this is an almost infinite loop, at least Artilleryman will keep going over. Now because of Cyclone, our Vanillas can actually also go over regardless. Artilleryman, it's just our big beefy beat stick. Then we have Songster, the card that makes all of this possible. She enables the infinite loop essentially. We also have the blow up grade 3. She can basically put something from your opponent away, and that way you can get rid of a Honolly or something like that which may get in your way. Then we have 4 of, what's her name? Dancing Princess. Just basically it gets anything from your deck and puts it into Soul. This is actually a way for Pale Moon to always have access to Cezanne or anything really, because this will put it into Soul and then Trapezist can get it out. This way you can always reach your Cezanne in this deck. This is one of the few decks that can actually do that. Now some people said, oh, so that's the only deck that gets to abuse Cezanne. Plenty of decks can still reach Cezanne. The issue was way bigger when we had 4. Regardless, keep that in mind. You can, however, still deny this. It is a grade 2, it is a CB. Then we have 4 Periton. Periton is part of the loop. It's also one of the biggest staples in Pale Moon. We have 2 Bobo to stop damage denial. It is GB locked, so it's a bit awkward, but that's the one thing keeping it somewhat balanced. Then we have 4 Purple Trapezist. Again, this is the best card in Pale Moon. Always has been. She is the enabler of everything. 2 Tier, also part of the loop, CCs for you, and that way you can keep it going. We have 7 Vanillas, because Vanillas are used either to find of Tempest Sphere, they get bigger of Cyclone, and they need to be called of Cezanne. Then we have our 1 Cezanne, our little pesky, disgusting creature, and 3 Tempest Sphere. Again, flip up those Cyclones, get our loop much faster than back in the day. Then we have 4 of the Stand that can search you anything. It's kind of like the CB grade 2 girl, only it's much better. The only issue is it's also GB locked, but you know, again, that's the one thing keeping it somewhat balanced. Then we have our draw PGs, 4 more draws, because yes, this deck doesn't care about crits, you just want to reach your pieces to do your loop, and win. And then we have our 4 heals. So as you may notice, this deck only has 15 Vanillas. It is quite greedy, but it does run 8 draws, so it gets there pretty easily. That was the deck skeleton for Pale Moon. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and I will see you soon. Ciao.